Imagine being betrayed by your own blood. Imagine being sold as a slave by the brothers who should protect you. And now, imagine rising above it all, to save the very ones who tried to destroy you. This is not just any story. This is the story of Joseph, the dreamer who became a ruler. Stay with me, because in the twists and turns of Joseph's life, you'll find echoes of your own struggles, and maybe, just maybe, the keys to your own redemption. Joseph was 17, the beloved son of Jacob, favored above all his brothers. His father gave him a beautiful robe, long sleeves, vibrant colors, a symbol of love, but also a spark of jealousy. Every morning, Joseph would share his dreams. Listen, I dreamed we were binding sheaves in the field, and your sheaves bowed down to mine. The brothers glared. Who does he think he is? A ruler over us. But Joseph didn't stop dreaming. One night, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed to him. Even his father rebuked him, yet kept the dream in mind. Sometimes, what others mock in you is exactly what God will use. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers tending flocks near Shechem. As they saw him approaching, the coat glistening in the sun, envy turned to conspiracy. "Here comes that dreamer," they whispered. "Let's kill him and see what becomes of his dreams." But Reuben, the eldest, pleaded, "Don't shed blood. Throw him into this city." They stripped him of his robe, that beautiful symbol of favor, and threw him into the pit. Empty, dry, dark. Joseph's cries echoed from the depths, while his brothers sat down to eat. How chilling is it, to feast while your brother weeps? Then Judah saw a caravan of Ishmaelites passing by. Why kill him? Let's sell him. Silver coins jingled in their hands as Joseph was dragged out and sold. His freedom traded for 20 shekels. How many times have we sold others out? For pride, for gain, for envy. Dragged to Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. Yet the Lord was with Joseph. Everything he touched prospered. Potiphar noticed and made Joseph overseer of his entire household. But blessings attract tests. Potiphar's wife desired Joseph. Day after day, she tempted him. But Joseph refused. How could I do this great wickedness and sin against God? One day, she grabbed his cloak. But Joseph fled, leaving it in her hands. A false accusation followed. Joseph was thrown into prison. Innocent, yet bound. In the cold, damp darkness, did he question the dreams? Did he wonder? Had God forgotten him? But even in prison, the Lord was with Joseph. The keeper of the prison trusted him with all the prisoners. Then, one night, 2 men, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, had troubling dreams. Doesn't interpretation belong to God? Joseph said, "Tell me your dreams." The cupbearer dreamed of a vine with 3 branches, blossoming and bearing grapes. Joseph said, "In 3 days, Pharaoh will restore you." The baker dreamed of 3 baskets on his head, with birds eating from the top basket. Joseph said, "In 3 days, Pharaoh will lift your head, but from your body." 3 days later, it happened exactly as Joseph said. "Remember me when you're restored," Joseph pleaded. But the cupbearer forgot. 2 full years passed. Then Pharaoh dreamed of 7 fat cows devoured by 7 skinny ones, 7 healthy ears of grain swallowed by 7 thin ones. No magician could interpret them. The cupbearer suddenly remembered Joseph. Joseph stood before Pharaoh. "Can you interpret dreams?" Pharaoh asked. "I cannot," Joseph said. "But God will give Pharaoh an answer." Joseph explained, 7 years of abundance will come, then 7 years of famine. Store grain now, or Egypt will perish. Pharaoh saw the wisdom of God in Joseph and made him ruler of all Egypt, second only to Pharaoh himself. The dreamer had become a deliverer. The famine struck. Back in Canaan, Jacob's sons came to Egypt seeking grain, bowing before the governor they didn't recognize. The dream had come true. Joseph could have taken revenge. Instead, he wept. He tested them, not to punish, but to see if they had changed. When Judah offered himself to save Benjamin, Joseph knew their hearts were no longer cruel. He revealed himself. I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. But do not be distressed, for God sent me before you to preserve life. What they meant for evil, God turned for good. Joseph's story reminds us. Betrayal cannot break a calling. The pit is not the end. The prison is not the end. When others plot your downfall, heaven is planning your comeback. So hold on to your dreams, even if they bury you deep. Your story is not over. If Joseph's story spoke to your heart today, share this with someone who needs hope. And remember, God turns pits into palaces for those who dare to dream and stay faithful.